Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Friday, October 3rd, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As a saying, I know I'm probably going to get it twisted, get it wrong, but a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about when I say this. But it goes something like this. This is not exactly correct. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear or none of what you see. In other words, everything you see ain't always what it seems. Hold on. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Somebody correct me in the comment section with how it goes. In other words, be skeptical of everything. No matter what you see, look for a behind the curtains moment. Some behind the scenes that you don't see, they're not showing you everything. The only thing we're seeing nowadays, I've come to the conclusion, I might be wrong. Hey, take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just a YouTube content creator and a truck driver, part-time. Used to be a full-time truck driver, now I'm part-time truck driver. So take what I say with a grain of salt. What do I know? But there's some strange things going on in this world right now. So y'all should understand where I'm coming from when I say, hold on. So you should understand where I'm coming from when I say, man, you can't really believe nothing nowadays. Even if you see it, you still got to question it. Is this really real what I'm looking at? Whatever. Is it really real what I'm seeing? Is what they're telling me really what's happening? I know I see something. Is it an illusion? Is it AI? We got AI now, people that can have you somewhere you not. Look just like you, ain't you? Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see, however it goes. I'm gonna show y'all this clip. And then I'm gonna come back and tell you why I believe it's not really what they're telling us and why and the reason. Hold on a minute.
To another developing story, President Trump tonight saying the U.S. is at war with drug cartels. That coming in a new notification from the Trump administration to Congress. Courtney Cubie joins us now. Courtney, I know you have some new reporting for our viewers on what this all means.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. NBC News obtained the confidential notice the Trump administration sent to Congress identifying drug cartels as terrorist organizations, declaring their actions constitute an armed attack against the United States. Essentially, as you said, saying the U.S. is at war with them. It comes after those deadly U.S. military strikes on boats near Venezuela that the U.S. says were carrying drugs and cartel members. Though key Democratic Senator Jack Reed saying there's no credible legal justification for the U.S. actions. Meanwhile, Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro has ordered militias to get ready. Tonight, a White House spokesperson tells us President Trump acted legally to, quote, protect our country from those trying to bring deadly poisons to our shores. Tom?
I know a lot of y'all gonna look at that as face value and say, big war. That's great. They stopping the drugs from coming into our country. They trying to stop us, all that poison, from coming into the United States, all that poison. They want to stop the poison. They care about the American citizen. They don't want us ingesting poison. What's wrong with stopping the drug flow, Big Ward? Shouldn't we be at war with the cartel? They're bringing that poison. What are you talking about? Don't believe what you see, Big Ward. That's not what you see. I'm going to take you behind the scenes, what's really going on with them. Some people, Big Ward, you crazy. You gonna say I'm crazy after this. But some of y'all gonna know I'm telling you the truth. Some of y'all gonna, see, I see things that the average person don't see. Is it a gift or is it a curse? I don't know. Because a lot of stuff I see, people call me crazy for it. I get called crazy a lot. I'm being attacked by demonically possessed people. I know you're demons. Don't be mad at me for the gift. Be mad at God. Now let me get on to what I'm talking about here. Because I know a lot of y'all have a short attention span. Get to the point. You know who you are. You want the video to start off the first 5 seconds. Straight to the point. Video will last 1 minute if I did it the way y'all say it do it. But anyway. So, all of a sudden, we have this interest in stopping the flow of the drugs into America. Why now? Big Boy just said they're trying to stop the poison from, harming the American citizen. Since when? Since when? I'm going to tell you what they're really doing in a minute. But since when have they cared about the American citizens being poisoned? Think about it. You think they really care about us being poisoned? You think they really care about us, something we eating or putting in our bodies killing us? You think they really care about that? You think they really care about something we put in our bodies is harming us? And they trying to stop us from harming our bodies with stuff we put in our bodies. You think they care about that? Really? When? When did that start? Why are they attacking the drug cartels now? Again, this ain't about no Trump. I no longer believe in none of that shit no more. This ain't Trump. This is a bigger global system. What's going on? You got nothing to do with no damn Trump. That's what you voted for. This ain't Trump. He's just a figurehead like any other president. Biden and just a figurehead. Put out there for us to see and blame. That damn Trump. That damn Biden. That damn Obama. When it ain't them at all. They just get to go down in history as the such and such president of the United States. I was a president. They can put me up there. And they gonna and I'm gonna do what they say. This shit gonna get done the way they want done. They gonna bust my big old head. So now, all these decades of the cartels and what have you, flooding America with drugs. We ain't never had no war with no cartels. Why now? What makes them so big of a national threat to America that we got to go to war with them now? Out of all the stuff and the problems we facing, we got plenty of problems. The economy crashing, no money flowing. They switching from cash to digital. They're trying to get rid of cash. I'm gonna come back to this in a minute when I say they're trying to get rid of cash. They want everything digital. They want no cash. They want a cashless society. Just gonna explain what they're doing to cartels in a minute. They want a cashless society. Why all of a sudden America is so threatened by the cartel that we got to declare war on them, dropping bombs on them? We ain't never did that. The folk been flooding America with drugs. You know why? Because they were allowed to. America allowed them to, invited them in, wanted them in. You know why? I know y'all don't want to believe this. A lot of y'all ain't going to believe it. Our economy, there's a large portion of our economy that's financed by drug money. Oh, the rabbit hole runs deep. Y'all know I was out there, right? I was in the mix. Y'all do remember Ronald Reagan and the Iran Country scandal and the Freeway Ricky Ross and the government flooding the black community with, you heard about that, right? So America been participating. Them guys weren't just bringing those drugs over here unpermitted. There's proof of the CIA, I ain't gonna say the name, of some government agencies meeting with the cartel back in the day when the crack epidemic first hit meeting with them, allowing them to bring the stuff in, and they had to make sure it only stayed in the black community. This is documented. This ain't nothing Big Water made up. The United States was allowing them to bring it in and keep it concentrated in the black community. I forgot what they call that. It's documented. This ain't something I'm making up. So now, why all of a sudden do they want to put a stop to it? When for years they allowed it. Because for years, drug money stimulated the American economy in a way most Americans that's got the blinders on would never know. Nobody spends money like people with expendable cash, Our economy is based on money being spent. We need people to spend money. Nobody spends money like folk to make, easy free money. Miami was built. Go back and look at it. Cocaine Cowboys, the documentary, they'll tell you. The whole city of Miami was built on that. Miami was nothing at one time till that they started bringing that cocaine up. Next thing you know, Miami is what it is now, a destination. So let me get to my point here. The reason they are so hard at the drug cartel now, because they're trying to crash the American economy. They're forming a cashless society. They cutting off any and everything that could interfere with their plans. The drug cartel, the drug business, now they got to put a stop to it. Not because they're trying to prevent us from getting poisoned, but because they're trying to crash our economy. They're trying to put us into a cashless society. No cash. The drug business will put a damper on that plan because it deals in cash and lots of it. They got to stop that. Anything that flow in cash, they got to be able to control it. So when they're ready to shut it off, they can. And when they're ready to switch over to digital, there's nothing interfering. They don't want no way for there to be any cash on the street. They want to be in control of all the cash. The drug cartels are independent. Tax-free, no documentation, no paper trail, you know what I mean? So they got to go and stop that now. Because that will be interfering with the future goal. New world, no cash, digital. The digital ID cards and all that stuff, you can't have no cash. That's why they're going so hard. I know for a fact, because I was out there, that drugs were allowed in here. I know for a fact that the government, our government, can stop drugs. They could have been stopped it anytime they wanted to. They can have where there's no illegal drugs on the street whenever they feel like it. Just like that. Y'all think them little Mexicans or whoever bringing that shit in here just that smart to outsmart people with all types of technology? Heat-seeking infrared, they know what's on your boat. They know what's on the boat. They don't have to board your ship to know it's full of keys. They got satellites that tell them 1,000 keys on that boat right there. And they still don't stop it. They let it run on through. Because they wanted it in here. Now they don't. Now they stop it because it no longer serves their purpose, their agenda. The agenda now is not to stimulate the economy, which is what it once was. When they wanted cash out here, that's okay. Bring the drugs in. Now we switching over to something new. We don't want no cash. So anything that bring cash that we don't have a account of, we got to stop it. Drug flow. They're not trying to save us from the poison. If that's the case, Monsanto will be out of business. Look at the food we eat. Cigarettes, the drugs. Look at the drug commercials for something that's supposed to help us. Look at the side effects. They read out the side effects so fast because they don't want you to hear what the shit will do to you. You taking something for a sore throat that'll give you a heart attack as a side effect. Oh, you really believe they're trying to keep poison out of us? With cigarettes, alcohol. It's fine. Smoke all you want, drink all you want. But them cartels, we got to go to war with them. But no war with the cigarette company. You really believe they're trying to keep poison out of us? No war with the cigarette companies. The people poisoning the food and water, no war on them. They're trying to keep us safe, right? They're trying to keep poison out of us, right? And the way they do that is to go attack the drug cartels. Because they don't want that poison over here. America ain't got no drug cartel problem. We got a whole bunch of shit going on. That's probably 5% of the trouble we facing. Them damn drug cartels with some coke and some weed. It's about the moolah. That's the only reason we're at war. It ain't called Trump just felt so good, like I just needed. They telling him to. All that's got to be shut off. No more cash coming in. Now Pablo and all them boys be like, man, but that's how we make our living. We can't stop, so they still trying. How you gonna use us all these years and then cut us off? You gonna allow us all these years to bring the stuff in. Now you gonna tell us we can't do it no more. So they still trying, because that's all they know. They can't just switch to a digital society or whatever, called the United States and the governing organizations of the world said we don't need your services no more. We didn't use y'all enough. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was out there on the street doing my thing, we knew then the government was behind that. We knew then that they could stop it anytime they felt like it. It was so easy to stop. They could have been, right now, if they didn't want no drugs on the street, wouldn't be none. You may not believe me. That's up to you. We're not at war with the drug cartels just for trying to save the American people. They care less about the American people and what poison we put in our bodies. The number one proof of that is cigarettes are still legal. Ain't nothing killing us like cigarettes and alcohol. You don't see no war on that. The majority of people, there's more people on cigarettes and alcohol than there is on crack and powder. The majority of Americans are not on powder. So how is that a threat to our national security? When the majority of Americans not on, I don't smoke or drink. How many of y'all don't own that booger sugar? The way it's a major epidemic. The way it's destroying America. It's not. They don't want that cash flow. They want all of us broke. They don't want no money flowing. They're trying to shut all money flow off. They're trying to crash the economy. They don't want nothing that can stimulate this economy. Drug money have been stimulating this economy. Drug money have been propping this economy up for decades. A lot of y'all don't even know that. That's what they're doing. They're trying to cut that money flow off. They don't want no money flowing. They don't want no money flowing through the American weather. They want a depression. They want everybody broke. Call me crazy. I might be crazy. I'm just making content, y'all. This is just for entertainment purposes. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I might be to shut the fuck up. Because a lot of y'all ain't gonna believe me no way. Think I'm crazy or don't even care. Guess what you voted for? Y'all still gonna believe about that. I know I'm wasting my time and they know it too. That's why they ain't studying. They know y'all ain't gonna listen. Y'all don't believe me. It's all orchestrated, controlled. They want all of us broke. Any way for money to get in here, that's what they stopping. That's why they got the war on the cartels. Stop the money flow. Not the poison, the money. They're not trying to keep the poison out. They're trying to keep the money from flowing. They're trying to stop. The streets dry right now. I got my ear to the street. I know people that still out there in the streets. It's dry. Ain't no money nowhere. See, if the drug business was still booming, they wouldn't be able to crash the economy like they're doing. Because the drug money will keep us afloat. There's a lot of, you got drug, if right now you got money in your pocket right now, if you could put the little blue light on the UC, you probably got traces of cocaine or drugs on your money. Even though you ain't never sold nothing, you don't know nothing about no drugs, I guarantee you got cash in your pocket. It got traces and residue of some type of illegal substance on it. I guarantee you. Unless it's one of them brand new bills. And as it circulates more through society, it's going to get some drug traces on it too. We spending drug money. Even if you ain't in the game. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I would say America's economy was 50% drug money. Illegal gains. So now, they're killing the jobs. We can't work. Everybody getting laid off, losing their job. Or the job don't pay nothing. Cost of living going up. So that's keeping us broke. Only thing left they had to do now was stop the drug flow. Kill that, no money flowing in America. Then they're going to move on to plan C or whatever phase they're on next. Right now, dry up all the money. Break everybody. Have everybody desperate, busted, and disgusted. That's what phase they're on now. Drawing up all the money. Then on to the next phase. But right now, eliminate all cash. Heading towards this cashless society. Get it, got it, good. Bye.